Okay, welcome to the second off season here with College Football 26 Air Force Dynasty. We are in 2026 now, and we have a few guys looking at transferring. Now, out of all of these guys, we definitely want to hopefully bring back McFarland. He's one of our best linebackers. And also Azur. He had a really nice season for us. He's looking at pro potential. We were hoping to keep him around as a kind of receiving back, and he has not been persuaded. That is really bad. Okay, hopefully McFarland, maybe he has decided to stay. All right. I think the other big one here is probably McNeil. One of our starting receivers last season did not like our playing style. And I guess Zarka is one of our three quarterbacks. Probably not good to have less than 3 quarterbacks on the team. And I think the rest of these guys I'm not too concerned with. I guess we will at least do Doss here just because he's a freshman. He's not been persuaded. Okay, I think the rest of these guys I'm not too concerned with. And it does look like Snowden is probably going to get drafted around the 4th round here. The quarterback transfer we brought in. And as an 89 overall, he is a round 4 corner. Okay. Pretty solid. Okay, we will go ahead and look at the transfer portal and recruiting now. Currently, we have looking at a pretty top-heavy draft, I guess. We have, these 4 stars plus the 5-star, but nothing after that, really. I think we only have 1 3-star that has currently signed. 2 guys. Okay. We have the quarterback and the edge rusher. But we got to lock up a lot of more guys here. Some more offensive linemen, defensive linemen. Okay, and looking in the transfer portal, there's really only a couple guys I'm considering. Yeah, probably Vic Burley, the defensive tackle. Plus we have this cornerback, Jalen Braxton. Plus I think we'll add a couple safeties to see if we can find somebody who's fast. Currently, we do not have a fast safety on the team. And for me, that is pretty important to have a fast safety on the team. It helps prevent a lot of huge plays. It does look like these 4-star transfers are potentially really good, so we'll go ahead and add them to the board right now. We are in first place with both of them, with only one other team in the picture right now, so hopefully that works out. Okay, and it looks like we maybe like Parker Jennings here. We'll go ahead and add him. Plus we have another guy in Tracy Bennett, very fast guy, 91 speed on that one. We shall add him to the board and see if he considers our school over Georgia. That's pretty much all we're going to do for transfers, I think. Plus, we also have this guy who we had not offered yet. Looks pretty solid as far as a power moves. Okay, so we do have a lot of guys who are currently ready for visit. I think Dean Cotton is my #1 kind of guy there. He is the linebacker who has 86 speed. Definitely one of the better players on the board there. So we will go ahead and schedule him and send the house probably. Hopefully we get him. Even though there's only one other school there and they're not even close, I just think it's very important to try and lock him up. All right, and then we'll probably schedule Al Williams here early as well. He's almost ready to commit. We just want to finish that one off. And then I'm thinking we have these 2 guys for Gastineau. Maybe we do week 3. Seems how we're not in first place yet. It's going to take some time to get there. And then Alex Miculo. I'm thinking probably week 3 as well on a playing time visit. Okay, pretty much all we can do there. We'll go ahead and advance and see how we're doing with these players. Hopefully we get some of those transfers, especially the safety. We will also add some points to a couple blocking tight ends here. Hoping to maybe secure one of them. And it does look like Parker Jennings as well as this other safety, Bennett, are considering our school. Bennett has a little more competition. Gonna probably have to do a week 4 visit on this one, I'm thinking. And then with this other safety, Jennings, we could do an earlier one, probably week 3. And it does look like Cameron Hardrick is a guy we potentially could bring in. We've been having him on the board the entire season. Haven't really done much but offer him a scholarship just a backup quarterback type, but it's good to have a backup who can run around and has a nice arm actually. So yeah, it'll be nice to maybe have him hopefully. Okay, we will go ahead and schedule Vic Burley here. He is getting some interest from Florida. We're going to have to do a week 4 visit on this one. And with Braxton, he has interest from a lot of schools as well. We're probably going to have to do maybe a week 3 visit here. Okay, we'll just add a couple points here to Matthew Roy, one of the D tackles. And go ahead and advance another week. Well, things are looking pretty good here. Week 4 visit for Burley may work out. And a week 3 visit for Braxton may work out. Not a guarantee, though, for either. But luckily, we can do a hard sell with Vic Burley, looks like. So we'll go ahead and do that. That just allows us to max out his points and gives us the best potential at getting him. Now, Braxton, we cannot hard sell. And that's unfortunate. There are 3 teams, really 4 teams in the mix here. So good chance we don't get him. But we already have a bunch of other corners. I was just thinking I could bring someone in and move him to safety. Looks like Tracy Bennett might get stolen by Nebraska here. Very possible. And also Parker Jennings is potentially a guy we will lose out here to Stanford. Okay, we will schedule a visit here with Cole Ramsor. Not a crazy player, but he has some speed. He is a power rusher with strength, okay? And that's all we can do here before week 4. Go ahead and advance. I think there's a chance we lose out on a couple guys this week. Well, we lose out on the center, Gastineau. And I guess the safety, Bennett. Okay. I guess that's it. Okay, Jalen Braxton still has us as his first team. That's cool. We are in week 4, though, and we still cannot hard sell, so I guess we'll just have to see what happens. We are in week 4, and Rice does not have his scheduled visits, so I'm guessing that means we will finish probably on top. But Cal has a week 4 visit. However, they are locked out, so they shouldn't get him, I think. I don't think there's a lock breaker ability in this game. I'm actually not sure on that, but I know the older games had a lock breaker where you could break the lock if you were just barely locked out on a player. Well, quite a bit of players here that we potentially will not get. And quite a few that we potentially will get. We'll just have to see what happens and advance here. Okay, last week here. Let's see how many guys we can lock up. A lot of guys were just like almost all the way. Okay, let's see how we did here. Grimes commits. We have a center. Another center. Got the cornerback Al Williams, who's going to be a depth player. Got that backup quarterback. Pretty important for the option attack. Guys get hurt a lot. Got a safety there and another safety, Paris. The linebacker Cotton, who always was going to commit. We got Salvos, who I did not fully scout, I believe. Jamerson Crumbs, another receiver. Defensive tackle there. We needed to bring in at least 1 or 2 guys. An edge rusher, Polano. And Jalen Braxton, the 4-star corner, does transfer. That's nice. And Vic Burley, the defensive tackle. One of the blocking tight ends as well. Okay. Overall, a pretty solid class there. Let's go ahead and take a look at it one more time. And where we move a couple guys here. Not able to get the safety, Woodrum. Also Jennings, the transfer guy, and this other tight end. Then we have a D tackle over here. So overall, a smaller class than last year, 23 guys, but more quality. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 5 4-stars. We have 1 5-star in terms of freshmen. Then we have the 2 transfer juniors. And I think that is just overall a pretty high quality class, hopefully filling all the needs we had. We will have to check though going into the position changes, and they did patch the game now so you can change players' positions luckily. Okay, we have Cameron Hardrick is definitely going to be a quarterback for us. He is a 79 overall. Wow. That is impressive. He's not going to be the starter though, probably. But we have Femi Podoai, another 79 overall quarterback. That's pretty impressive. Now, Sanchik is going to be a running back for us. Then Dean Cotton probably will put him at middle backer for now, and we'll see where we wind up leaving him. Eventually, we might move him to one of the other spots. Just depends who's playing. Then we have one edge rusher here. Go ahead and put him on the defensive line. He's a 292-pounder. Actually, this may be the guy I wanted at D tackle, I think. Okay, the roster is looking a lot better now. We have quite a few guys. We're going to change positions here. Definitely Dorian Kennedy and Humphreys are both going to be fullbacks. So let's go ahead and get that done. Not the highest overall, but we need fullbacks on this team to develop their blocking. So we will put both of them at the fullback and see how that goes. Now just 4 running backs. But we always can put one of those other guys in at running back if we need to, really. And it does look like Glenn Simmons, a pretty high overall, 73. That's pretty solid for the 4-star wide receiver. All right, going to move Grant Rudd to right guard, and hopefully he's ready to play this year. He is the highest overall right guard, so we'll see how the development works out, though. And I think we will move Ryan Blum probably to right tackle. We definitely need somebody else there. We currently didn't have anybody. He's going to be a 76 before development. Okay, not a ton of depth here. We probably cannot redshirt anybody, but we'll see. Currently, every spot only has 2 guys, pretty much. Got to do a better job next offseason bringing in a few more offensive linemen, especially the tackle types. We got a 6-foot right tackle here as a backup and a 6'1" starter. That's not the most ideal, but I think this is the best possibility we have of getting 5 good starters, especially after developing some guys. Okay, and in favor of trying to get a little more speed in the safety room, we're going to move Dom Bond, the sophomore, to free safety. And this other guy, Mike Kitchen, he is a senior. We move him to strong safety. All right, that'll give us a bit more speed back there. I completely forgot to check our ranking on this class, but it's probably in the 30s. And that's pretty much what we're going to do here. Go ahead and advance, and we'll get into the off-season training. Let's see if we get any nice surprises here and development upgrades. And Johnson, that is, I think that's the cornerback transfer we brought in. Actually, no, I think Corey Johnson was already on this team. Okay. Well, you got a little better there with development. Okay, and I am definitely excited to upgrade these running backs that are returning. We have 63 points for Rambo, who has star development. We are going to do so much with him. Let's see what we can get going here. And that is pretty incredible. He is already at a 76. Hopefully we can unlock some nice abilities here. Okay, yeah, so we will upgrade his break tackling. Hopefully that will give us the ability to unlock downhill. But no, we have to do it one more time. Okay. There we go. Now we can unlock downhill as a gold ability. Still 52 points left. Okay, I guess we will max out his speed here. Only going to get to 87. But his acceleration goes up as well. And yeah, maybe get a couple upgrades in the power. Gets us to 88 trucking. And then we can get a looseness up one more time. That will get us to 87. Now we can unlock downhill as a gold ability, or a silver ability rather. Pretty nice, okay. And then I guess we will put a couple points into hands here and IQ. That will get us up to an 80 overall. Only a 4 overall boost, but unlocking that downhill ability will definitely help us break a lot more tackles. Okay, now we have Miles Mayo, the other running back we brought in last year. He has 43 points to spend. And for him, the most important thing I think is going to be unlocking Shifty. So we got to get the speed up to 92. So let's go ahead and try to do that. And that's going to be most of our points here. Going to get us to 93 speed. Okay, we also have to get change of direction up to 87. That will do it. So we just will be able to unlock the shifty ability, luckily. Okay, and looking at the rest of his abilities, I think we just want to go into elusiveness now. And that will be it for him. 78 overall now. I think it was a 74. So another 4 overall boost. Nothing crazy there. Okay, so we have Dorian Kennedy, who was a 4-star running back, now playing fullback. Had a pretty nice season last year. He has some pretty nice skill caps here. This is interesting. Okay. So as a utility back, there's not really an ability that improves overall blocking. You have cut blocks, which he's just not really ever going to do. So yeah, I guess we're probably just going to work on his blocking here. Get that as high as we can for now. And I think that's probably all we're going to do. Yeah, I think he already has high enough like strength and trucking and all that. So we'll get him as high as we can there. A 78 run block, 64 lead block. Not too bad. And then we'll just put one of these upgrades into catching, one into route running. He does occasionally go out for a pass, but a 51 catching is not great. Okay, so we have Eric Harrison here again, upgrading. Let's see if we can get his speed up again. Well, it doesn't really look like we're going to be able to upgrade his shifty ability. His skill caps won't really allow that, so let's just do route running and catching a couple more times, getting him to 77. Not too bad. Now we also have Miles, Joseph Miles. He is a 3-star freshman that we redshirted. We really like his skill caps. He maybe potentially has the ability to get some of these nice abilities after we upgrade him, maybe. Going to have to upgrade his speed quite a bit though. Got him to 89 here. But we're going to have to boost that overall up if we want to get him on the field. So putting some points into catching and hands is going to get quite a bit higher. Okay. We're liking that catch in traffic. Can't afford to do any more speed things. And I don't think he'll ever be able to unlock shifty, so we'll just focus on more route running here. And that's all we're going to get from him. He is up to 75 overall now. Alright, how about Leo Darnold? I was hoping to upgrade his speed a little bit. Only going to be able to get one of them on here, though it is quite expensive. Now I want to probably put a ton of points into blocking for him. We'll get that up a couple times. Up to a 72. Pretty nice. Okay, we have Bryce Handy here, an impact redshirt freshman who is not that good. But hopefully with 45 points here, we can get him quite a bit better. I think we will mostly focus on run blocking here. His pass blocking is a lot better than his run blocking. But he has quite a bit of points here to spend. Hopefully we can get a couple pass blocking and a couple run blocking upgrades. And that's all we're able to do right now. He is a raw strength archetype, and apparently the raw strength archetype is very expensive to upgrade. Okay, we have this 57 overall center who we did redshirt. He has a ton of points there, 48. Now he doesn't have very high skill caps as a 2-star. And he currently has 71 strength, so that could be a problem. Only a 77 strength after a couple of upgrades, and I was thinking maybe we'll be able to get him to be a lot better, but probably not with a strength that low. I don't know if there's much hope for him in the future. I was hoping maybe he'd potentially be a long-term starter, but I don't think so with that bad a strength. I didn't realize he had 71 strength as a freshman, but still able to get quite a bit better. Now we have Grant Rudd, who is going to start for us at right guard. Gonna get him up there, hopefully. And we're able to get him up a couple times, up to a 74. Not so bad. And then Ryan Blum, the center, now turned right tackle. Now a senior. I guess we'll just upgrade pass blocking a couple of times, and not much else we can do here for the blocking. Yeah, it looks like all we can really do is work on his agility and his lead blocking, so we'll go ahead and do that a couple of times. And Ryan Blum out to a 79 now at right tackle. That's not so bad. Okay, we have Iosafa Boer, who has impact development. Hoping to get him quite a bit better. I think I want to unlock this run defending ability first, which we need 87 block shitting. So we'll see how much it costs to get there. Hopefully we can get there. And we will just unlock the ability to get it, but we don't have the points to unlock it. Yep, it costs 3 points there. So we did boost his overall by a lot. Just throwing some points into run defending there. Put a couple here in a pass rush. He's going to be more of a run defender, though, for Iosafa Bua, the sophomore. That does bring him up to the highest overall, maybe on the team. After we upgrade all these other guys, he still probably will be the highest. Okay, we also have this transfer defensive tackle. Plus, he already has some abilities. It looks like this one we can almost upgrade if we get some finesse move. All right, I think we're going to just do his pass rushing and then work on his IQ here. This will boost his overall by quite a bit, I think. So this will probably, hopefully, push him into the 90s. We're hoping. He is definitely going to get drafted. Okay, that does push him up to a 91 for Vic Burley. And he has a 95 finesse move. He has 86 block shitting. Really nice play recognition, 98 play recognition. This is a pretty solid overall player. Hopefully going to make a ton of big plays for us. Okay, and then Emmanuel Atwell we have at linebacker here. He had an incredible freshman season. We were really hoping to hit. He will be a great player for us. Okay, so we will try to get his block shitting up to a high enough overall here. And that'll unlock the blow-up ability. And that's probably going to be the main focus for him, as he is a signal caller. It doesn't have the kind of pass defense abilities that you want for that. And he's now at an 84 block shitting. I think now we can, yes, we can get this ability, the blow up ability. We actually can get this up to a gold. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we also improve his wrap up. And I guess we can max out the wrap up ability next season. That will make it so he doesn't miss a lot of tackles. Pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. He has 2 abilities now. We improved his overall a lot. He's going to still be more of a base defense player. Without that coverage ability, he's going to be more of a guy we want playing in the run game, hopefully. But he can still make a occasional play in coverage. We'll upgrade his coverage a little more here. And nice, that gets him to an 84 overall for the true sophomore. Okay, we also have Larry Dickerson here. Another pretty solid player. This one, we want to get his coverage up a bit. He's one of our faster linebackers, so gonna definitely have him playing a bit in coverage. Okay, get him up to a 76 overall. Get his IQ up a couple times. That gets him to 77. All right. Not bad for the red shirt freshman. And he probably will be playing alongside Oscar Chisholm this season. All right, we have Seth MacFarlane now. Had a really nice season again. We will go ahead and upgrade his block shooting. Hopefully we can get that to an 80 here after upgrading his speed. And we will just get it to an 80, looks like. Get some 82 speed, 80 block shitting, and I think hopefully we can get this ability for blow up now. Yep. Just improved block shitting on that one. Gets him to an 82, and it'll be a pretty good starter again for us, hopefully. Okay, and Jalen Braxton, that big corner transfer we got, is already an 88 overall, has a lot of points to spend. And we definitely want to get this house call ability. I'm pretty sure you just need to have this to get a lot of interceptions, so. And then we will just improve his coverage ability here. Getting his zone up a bit, plus his man coverage. And that will get him to a 94 overall, the highest overall on the team. That's pretty nice. And we also have a lot of other corners here with quite a bit of points to spend. We have Ahmad Jr., one of the corners we brought in last season, has 45 points. We've got Corey Johnson, who upgraded his development as a senior now. Well, we can't do a whole lot with him, but we will get this hands up that will unlock us the ability for him to have house call as well. So hopefully we get a ton of interceptions this season. That would be nice. And then for this senior, all we can do here is I think just upgrade his speed. And yeah, why not? Get him to 94 speed. All right, and for Ahmad Jr. here with all those points, it's looking like let's put this points into man coverage for now. And then we can get this ability, the jammer ability. Yeah, we can upgrade our press there and then upgrade our zone coverage. And I think that's what we're going to do for him. And zone coverage also upgrades awareness and play recognition, looks like, for these boundary corner. Yeah, so I would say that's pretty important and also boosts our overall a lot. Okay, and we have Dom Bond here, the redshirt freshman, who actually, no, he's a true sophomore. We moved over to safety just to get a little more speed at the position. Has a lot of points to spend. I want to get the tackling up a little bit to a 70 at least, and then work on his coverage here. Okay, and then we'll upgrade his awareness a little bit here, getting up to a 76 overall. Pretty solid for the starter. And after handpicking a couple of guys, we are going to auto upgrade the rest of the roster here. And we have quite a bit of good players now. A lot more players in the 70s, definitely. Plus a couple guys in the 90s. Definitely going to get drafted. And hopefully that will help out our pro potential for scouting. I would say there's not really a weakness on this team other than left tackle. But other than that, the rest of the offensive line is pretty solid. We're going to have a 70 overall freshman center, I believe. We will go ahead and simulate now. Go ahead and change our conference. Yep, we will go ahead and join the Big Ten now. Add in Air Force here. Currently the 11th ranked team in the country. And yeah, looking through the Big Ten here, a lot of really good teams and not a lot of terrible teams. The Mountain West Conference definitely had some pretty bad teams. Well, it looks like I forgot to unlock the motivator tree before doing the off-season training. That probably would have been smart. But we will go ahead and simulate to the preseason here. And there we go, the 15th ranked Air Force Falcons now. Okay, and after going through this freshman class, not a lot of guys. We're going to a red shirt here. I think it's only maybe 5 guys total. We're going to red shirt a couple receivers here, Stowells and Gums. Gums does have star development. And then on the defensive line, we're going to red shirt defensive tackle, George Pianalto. And then we will redshirt this one freshman cornerback who is a little lower rated. He does has normal development, as well as Higdon. Ramon Higdon, a very slow safety who we just don't want to see the field yet. Okay, going over the updated depth chart, we have 279 freshman quarterbacks. And Femi Poduai is going to be the starter. He does have star development, and the backup there has normal development. He may wind up transferring out, though, because he wants playing time. But Poduai is pretty well all around for a 3-star. His accuracy is not going to be elite, but we will be able to get it a little higher, and we also will be able to get his elusiveness and quickness higher. So he will be a very fun quarterback to run around with the option attack, definitely. And we will have Sean Cheek here as the third back here. He also will be our receiving back. Then looking at receivers, we have Joseph Miles, the red-shirted freshman, going to play on the outside with Harrison. And then Simmons will be our top slot. He's a slower guy, but he has good route running. Going to be a solid slot receiver for us, hopefully. Then going through the tight end and rest of the offensive line here, 69 overall left tackle there. Does have impact development though. Also this center was impact development at a 70. And a right guard 74, right tackle 79. So really no great starters on the offensive line. Hopefully that's not a huge problem. Now on defense, this is where things get a little more fun. We have Iosifa Bua at an 80 overall now. And on the right side, the true freshman Alani Small, one of the 4 stars we brought in, has star development, backed up by another good freshman here with impact. Then on defensive tackle, we have Vic Burley, the 91. And at linebacker, it will be Emmanuel Atwell again starting in the base defense, as well as redshirted freshman Larry Dickerson, the top overall Mike linebacker. And also Oscar Chisholm, and the freshman Dean Cotton will be the 3rd guy there. Then at will, we have Seth MacFarlane once again will be a starter, backed up by true freshman Monty Thurman. Now at cornerback, we have 4-star Byron Reed with elite development. He is a higher overall than the 5-star we brought in, so he will be starting here. And I have put Folsom as the top slot, so he still will get on the field and be able to develop. However, with normal development, he will never be as good as Byron Reed. Byron Reed would hopefully push into the 90s after a couple of seasons here. As long as he doesn't transfer out, I definitely can see him getting drafted. And then at safety, we will have Dom Bond, the converted cornerback. Not too bad, and a 75 overall, more of a coverage guy, not the best tackler. Then at strong safety, we have Hassan McCormick, who is a converted corner. He is going to be playing strong safety, and then Daniel West will be backing him up. I was able to make Daniel West a little faster, but I do want him to sit on the bench one more year at least. Hopefully, maybe next year he'll start. Unless we get somebody else who's a lot better in recruiting, that's very possible. Okay, and that's going to be all for this episode. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode with preseason and recruiting, and we will talk a bit about this playbook.